Good morning, Mr. Bilster. Your mic is muted. Yes, your mic is muted.
Not according to my end.
There you go. Now it's good.
Okay.
Good morning,
everybody in chat.
Good morning, Old Paylone. Hey, Zed's place is here. Great to see you, Zed. Good morning, Kane's Coins. Steven
Frankie, good morning.
Bad Idea Lab Joe. Good morning, Silver Paz. Paz is back out of the hospital, guys, and hopefully on his road to recovery.
Oh, excellent to hear.
So I'll give Paz well wishes. Bad Idea Lab. Gary.
Bill, happy birthday.
Mark, CRAPP.
Mark, my brother. Mark Thomas, good to see you.
Mark, I thought you were going metal detecting this week.
He is. He sold it, then he bought it back.
Ah, got it. Howdy, Tom K.
Like I said, it's Gopher Bill had a birthday Friday. So happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Gopher Bill. Look at that. We got Mr. PD Sandigger here this morning.
Morning, Daredevil, Mark Smythe. Shane, the blind treasure hunter. Good morning.
Mr. Shane, good morning, sir. Morning,
Gary,
Gregory. Good morning, Super Nick. Again, thank you, Super Nick, for doing the AI action figure for my sister. Okay, good morning from a cold Canada, 7 degrees Celsius, which is only 44 Fahrenheit. That is perfect for Denise. She didn't like the 20, but she would like 44. Good morning, Full Half. Good morning, Miss Melody.
Good morning, Mona. Riddles.
50 here in New York. Hobo Rob, Full Half.
I think here we're at 51 right now.
We are
69.
Morning, Jeremy.
Current temperature.
I said 69.
You are correct, sir. Ma'am. 69 this morning.
Morning, Jim Steele.
And what's it supposed to be? What's it supposed to be today? It's supposed to get to a high of 82 today. No, I'm sorry. It's only supposed to get a high of 79 today.
I was going to say, what do you read?
I was looking at it wrong. Nice Gopher Bill. There's Mr. Dirt Trolling Troy, the metal detecting machine.
Florida Sand Hunters, good morning.
He said she thought she smelled something. Good morning, Marty Burstall. Morning,
hello, across the pond, Jamie.
Good morning, Mark Thomas. Good morning, Mona. Good morning, Captain Vic. Marty V. Mr. Roger on Saturday night and Sunday morning. Martin Smythe. Good morning, Rob and Bill, and all you fine Menardians. They sound like something from out of this planet, Menardians.
Oh, thank you, Wayne. We just got a super chat from Wayne. Thank you very much.
Wayne, you're the man. But it's great seeing Mr. Shane, the blind treasure hunter here, guys.
What do we call this? Menardian Nation?
Menardian Nation.
Have shirts made, Menardian Nation.
Howdy, Miss Mona.
Riddles is lurking at work.
There's Mr. Jeremy. What's really going down in caps? We know it's the real Jeremy.
Good morning, Paul Casper.
Howdy, Paul.
Hobo Rob's been a member for 10 months. Thank you.
Mark Thomas is 52. I didn't know he was in Atlanta, going up to 78.
John,
Mark,
good morning.
How do you deal with that traffic, Mark? Hobo Rob says, smack it hard, folks. Smack it like you're beating that redheaded stepchild.
Martin says Marty says we're the Menardians of the galaxy.
That's it. Florida Sand Hunters, good morning, you too. Thank you, Wayne. Here's something for the convention's dress code. I should have told Wayne's joke Saturday night. I can't tell it this morning. I should have told it last night. Wayne sent me a great joke, but it's not a Sunday morning joke. Morning, Ringo. Oh, Hobo Rob, that's okay. I fell asleep in the chair after the show last night. Thanks, Hobo Rob. Morning, John.
Oh, Mark Thomas moved to Atlanta to be near his cancer center.
Ah, okay. There's Miss Fairy Dust. 6 o'clock, no coffee yet. You got to get your coffee. Look at that. Miss Denise brought it to me in my Buccaneers cup. Woohoo! Got my Bucks hat on.
Morning, James Eller.
We played mainly Dirtfish and Rob's San Francisco 49ers today.
But Mark Thomas is in the suburbs in the sticks of Atlanta.
Okay, good, Mark. I'm glad you're not dealing with all that
Morning, Stephen.
I-75 Atlanta traffic. Do not get in Atlanta anywhere between 3 and 5. Either try and get to Atlanta around 6:30 or no later than 2:30, because if you get there between 3:30 and 5:30, it is a flippin' parking lot.
Fairy Dust is asking who won chess last night.
Well, I started a game before Zaxxon. I started a game before Zaxxon came in, and I got creamed. And then Zaxxon came in, and I think I won 2 games with Zaxxon, even though he had me on the ropes for one of them. And then I played this lady from Peru, and she did the same opening for me twice, once with white and once with black. And she did the same opening move, and it's an opening that I always fall for. And even though I blocked it, you block the checkmate, but they start off taking my corner rook. And so both games I started after 4 moves, my rook down, and I couldn't recover either game. She just constantly kept picking off pieces. So yeah, I lost. I beat Zaxxon twice, but I lost 3 other games. So my rating fell below 700 now. I think I'm like a 689. So chess didn't go too well at all. So full half, Stephen. It was not me, Fairy Dust.
Relic Rat, good morning.
Go Steelers.
Oh, man.
See, now, does tea have caffeine in it? Or is there caffeine tea and non-caffeine tea? I got to have caffeine in the morning, Mona.
Tea has caffeine in it, but doesn't affect you like coffee caffeine does.
Yeah, Mark Thomas says I avoid the city at all times. Yeah. The only thing I would probably definitely want to, if I'm ever in Atlanta to do a tourist thing, and we have time, I'd like to do the Coca-Cola factory tour, or go see the underground Coca-Cola and the underground city.
That's true, Hobo Rob. Some tea doesn't have, but your regular black or tea does have caffeine in it.
My Buccaneers are under my bucket hat full half. Absolutely. I even have a Buccaneers ship hat. Yeah, Nick says, I was talking to my friend in Australia. It's 10 degrees Celsius there at 12:06 a.m. and she thinks that's cold. Yeah, no. I know, Frankie. Atlanta's just a nightmare. Even if you take the 175 around Atlanta, it's still, or 375, whatever it is around Atlanta, it's still bad. But good morning, Relic. Darren Hobby, good morning. Now, did Darren get McCloried last night, Bill? Was he one of them?
I believe so.
I believe so. We had a lot of people get McCloried last night, folks. There's decaffeinated tea also. She's got coffee on standby. Depends on the type of tea. Some teas do have more caffeine. Thanks, Wayne.
Caramel macchiato.
I just have regular Maxwell House coffee, but Denise buys me. I got the vanilla flavored. I got the heavy cream vanilla flavored creamer, and that is yummy. What flavor is the creamer? Vanilla something? French vanilla.
Yeah, Darren says I missed out on the copper round.
Yes. Frankie, I agree. I drive an extra hour to go around. Absolutely, Frankie, because you're going to make it up easily from sitting in that traffic, Frankie. Now, Shane, I've had the pleasure of hunting with you twice, Shane. I have got to get you down here, or we have got to get together. Next time you get together, you got to hunt with the man, Troy.
Yes, Mona.
There's Miss Athena. Hi, honey.
Hi, Athena.
She says, put me down, you hag. Boom. Thank you, Paz. Lurking from the laundromat. All righty, Paz. That's right. I forgot Paz lives in an apartment. Shane, anytime you want to come down, sir, we could make room for you here for a couple nights, sir. Mr. Gold Panning Dutchy Jocko, what's up? What's up? What's up? I miss those Bud commercials. What's up? Boom. Thank you, Riddles.
Thank you, Riddles.
All righty, Bill, let's run a surprise comment picker for a silver coin this morning.
Okay.
We'll do an early bird comment picker.
Wayne, good morning.
Hey, did I spelled Sunday wrong?
I don't know. I don't see anything, so I can't tell you.
There we go. Now I spelled it right. Sunday. I gave it one of Bill's spellings.
Yeah, Rob, you got to put it up so we can see it.
Hold on. All right, that changes the name. All right, there we go, guys. Type in early bird for a silver dime. There you go, Paparous. Everybody type in early bird. Good morning, 5 Mile.
Morning, 5 Mile. Larry. Grandma Kelly, good morning.
Good morning, Miss Kelly. Type in early bird.
Saxon, morning.
Morning, Mr. Jackson.
Morning, James.
Morning, Ringo.
T-Rep, good morning.
Morning, T-Rep. There's Miss Torchy. Hi, Robin. All right, guys, we got 32 entries, but we got 46 in the house.
And only 37 likes. Come on, hit that like, people. Workman, good morning.
All righty, guys, we've already got 59 votes in the poll. That's awesome. Got 34 entries. Come on, you guys. There's got to be more people who want silver. Thank you to Rain and Whittle for the Whittle. Thank you, Whittle. Riddle and Wayne for the gifts and the super chat. Early bird gets the worm today. Absolutely, 5 Mile. Morning, Chuck Owens and Mr. Jackson. Grandma Kelly says she's on her phone. Yeah, you just got to do one big hello from the phone. Howdy, Paul Casper. Mr. Iron Antler is in the room. We're going to have him up here in a few minutes, guys.
No. You added one extra zero there, Frankie. So silver is now over $500.
There is Miss Patty D this morning. Patty, I hate to tell you, you got McClory last night.
Riddles, thank you very much. She just gave you a $10 super chat.
Boom. Thank you, Riddles. Boom. Thank you. Beam me up, Menardo. Absolutely.
Morning, Angie. You're going to lose, Angie. Why'd you type it in?
Ouch, Angie. Ouch. I would never say that to you, Angie.
He said it when you're not there, Angie. So
Yeah, Frankie, if silver was over 500, literally, I could retire tomorrow, Frankie, okay?
yeah.
Because instead of
Hi,
my
happy
gold,
chappy.
instead of that silver I bought being worth 2,200 to be worth 22,000, Frankie, if I made 22,000 tomorrow, yeah, we'd be doing some serious vacation, Frankie. And I still think I still should think I should buy an ounce of gold.
Learn from the best.
What do you think, Bill? I'm still thinking about buying an ounce of gold, even at 4,000, because they say in 6 months it could be 5,000.
And also the bottom could drop out. So
Yeah, but I think as long as the world's in turmoil right now, people are fleeing to the precious metals right now.
oh yeah.
And I don't see the world getting less in turmoil unless Putin decides to all of a sudden pull out of Ukraine, and I just can't see that happening. Yeah, I know. Sorry, Patty. Alrighty, guys, we got 40 entries. If you just walked in the room, please type in early bird for a silver coin. Chappie, good morning. Thanks for the UFO emojis. We love it. Thank you, Chappie, so much.
Chappy, good morning.
Alrighty, guys. Pause says stop by and check out my community page. I have a big race. The community page is now your what do they call that now, Bill? Your something post. What do they call your community page? They call it your.
Oh God, I don't remember. It's something strange.
Your community, yeah, your community post tab, I guess they call it. But check out Paz's early bird show. He has some beautiful, beautiful silver rounds and some copper rounds. Lance McWillan, good morning. James Schultz, good morning.
Rocky
Thank you for
Fry,
typing that in,
thank you.
James.
Rocky Fry just gave you a super chat. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rocky. Much appreciated.
Javier Garcia, good morning.
Javier, good morning.
James
Zach
Schultz,
says,
good morning.
Zach says he's waiting until it settles down and the shutdown is over. Well, yeah, it'd be interesting to see what's going to happen. And Frankie's getting more pay dirt this week. Outstanding, Frankie. Good luck to you on that. Good morning, Shames. Thank you, Rocky Fry. I think I'm going to too, Paz. If you don't mind me asking, Paz, what did you pay for your ounce, Paz? If you don't mind me asking, did you get it for under $4,000? Morning, Javier. Brah. There's Yodi. I want to see what Paz. I want to see what he paid for his silver. Shane, thanks for being here. It's great having you, Troy, and PD all here together. We don't get you guys all together. Alrighty, guys, let's run this race. We got 45 great entries. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Good morning, Mrs. Can Do.
Good morning, Mrs. Can Do. Miss Torchy, boom! I got silver going to Canada. So just somebody's going to have to let me know when the strike for the post office is over in Canada. Congratulations, Miss Robin. Scott says, Torchy, boom!
Hi, weird guy. How you doing?
Canada. That's my new pronunciation, Scott. Canada. You got Canadians in Canada.
Martha Senel Detectress, good morning.
That's exactly right, Chuck. I watched a YouTube video on that. The problem is the problem is that physical silver is tight. And good morning, Jim Steele, and Mrs. Wen can do. Physical silver is actually getting hard. It's getting tight in Europe and England.
Morning, Kristen.
And then I can't remember if Trump has done it yet or not, but he's supposedly going to be making silver a critical metal because it's used in a lot of solar and electronics because it's a pure metal that doesn't corrode. So if he puts that on the precious metals list, or the what do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for here? Critical metal list. That could drive up the price even more. I just know that right now, guys, all that silver I bought, that junk silver, and the two sleeves of the U.S. Eagle rounds.
Hi, Frank. Good morning. Mark, my brother.
I bought two of these guys, U.S. Mint American Eagles, brilliant uncirculated. I'm already in the money in both of these. And I saw an ad, Walmart. I bought these for $900 a piece. Walmart selling these, Bill, for $14.57.
Wow.
And I saw another company yesterday, American Metals or some company yesterday. They're selling them for $12.95. So if I got $12.90, even if I just got the low price, even if I got $12.95 for these, you got to figure that's $25.50, right?
395 profit.
Yeah, that would pay for an equal, not a Knox. What's the one below a Knox? That would pay for the Xterra or the Noctis. Was it the Noctis score?
Yeah. Scott McClory. Good morning. He says something. Pick and Bean. Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Pick and Bean.
Kick off from London in 10 minutes.
I'm driving to a gold event. Kristen, you have fun time, girl.
Scott McClory is going to watch a NFL football game that's in London.
Yeah. We got a 9:30 game on in London this morning. I think it's their third game. They had a game in London last week again, and then they had a game the week before in Dublin, Ireland, the first game in Ireland, and both places were full, and the fans had on jerseys, I think, from every team. It's amazing how far the NFL's made inroads in Europe and England and Ireland, considering they're such huge soccer football fans.
And Scott, your coin will be there today, says Amazon. So.
They are on rotating strikes again. The mail is flowing, just might take longer. Okay, Nick, thanks.
Hi, Scotty Aquati. Hi, 7 Stacks. Refineries not taking silver and junk silver. Wow.
Yes, they're definitely not taking junk silver. Like they're not taking like silver you peel off of like candlesticks, Bill, and silver like stuff like that. They're still like nobody's not taking 999. Everybody's taking that, but the junk silver that's like 925 or 90%, and some places aren't taking 40% right now.
Wow.
Riddles. I could have Mr. Troy come up here. He's the master. If Mr. Troy wants to come up before Beard real quick.
Jan Lewitt, good morning.
Good morning, Jan. Don't use the word dig. Do not use the word dig anywhere in your opening salvo. Say I would like to metal detect and sweep my metal detector across your yard. Troy starts off with, I have a really strange question I'd like to ask you, or I have a question you've hopefully never been asked before. So yeah, Troy has some great lines that he uses to open. I always make sure after I knock on the door, I step back 2 to 3 feet. If they have like a small porch that's like 2 steps, I step off the porch to give them the dominating ground. And definitely during COVID and right after COVID, I made sure I was at least 5-6 feet away. Also, let them know that if you find anything that's related to the house, you know, like a finial or some type of relic that might go to the house that the previous owners, you know, lost, let them know that you'd be happy to give it to them. And let them know that you'll be happy to show everything you find. A lot of people say, I'm not really interested in anything, but I'd like to find. Now, that happened to Tommy River Styx. The lady said, I don't want anything, but I'd like to see everything you find. And him and his buddy, whoever he detected with that day, they found lead toy soldiers. They found silver coins. They found Wheaties. I think they found some old nickels. And the lady decided it was so cool, she took everything. Now, that's just wrong, folks. So, morning, Frank, Northern Found. Morning, Phil Gardner.
Morning, past and present. Morning, Pick and Bean.
Morning, past and present. Yep, there you go, Scott. She says, just got back from detecting and $1.81 richer. Woohoo! Oh, nice, Zaxxon. Very nice. Did you buy it a while ago, Zach? I'm sure you probably got it when prices were down, Zach. Thank you, Chappie. Chuck, I have not heard that, but I would imagine Walmart would have to guarantee that. But I'm happy buying it from my silver guy. Yep, you're exactly right there, Darren. Yeah, AppMex is you can't go wrong with AppMex, guys. They're one of the biggest silver and gold places there is. Good morning, Jan. Oh no, my coffee person left.
What I like about AppMex is if you buy their seconds, the ones that are scratched, they give you a good discount.
Nice. Oh no, my coffee lady just left to go check on a. Boom, Mom called. It's her birthday. Everybody wish Mrs. Can Do Mom happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
See, Mona, if that was Saturday night, Mona, I'd be making all kind of jokes on that, Mona. But it's Sunday morning, so I'll just say thank you, Mona. 5 Mile, I think that's going to be a good game tonight. Riddle, trust me, buddy. Troy's a master of it, and he's not scared to do it, guys. I was a police officer for just about 10 years, like 9.5 years. I worked for
Orlando. Good morning.
I worked for Walt Disney World for 10 years. All I did for a living was talk to people. Okay. I drove an armored car for a year. All I did was communicate. Walt Disney World, all you do as a security host at Walt Disney World is answer questions. People walk around all day long. I mean, very rarely did I have to do anything official. You just walk around, have your presence, people ask you a zillion questions. That's all I did to communicate. But folks, it's still something else to get out of your car door, walk up to a strange door, and ask somebody to dig holes in their yard. There's times where I drive around, and some days I can't get up the gumption to do it, and there's days that I do it that I've had days where I've gotten 8 no's in a row, and then I've also had days. I actually had a day 2 days before Christmas one year. My coffee lady, you are the slob. Thank you, Mark. Don't tell her I said that, Mark. And but I had a day on December 23rd one year where I went out and I found 5 people in a row that said yes. And the scary things, Bill, is like 2 weeks after Christmas, I started going back to those houses. I never found one of them. I could never remember which one. So I wound up doing 4 out of 5, but I could never remember the 5th one where I was at.
Morning, Ronald.
Yeah, Scott, they shouldn't have lost the game last week. Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's good advice from John there, guys. First off, I tell them I'm not selling or buying anything. I just have a few questions about their land. That's a good one. I've never used that one. Good morning, 717.
Orlando, good morning.
Zaxxon says, AppMex is the only seller I've never heard of selling fake silver. There you go. Good morning, Mr. Ronald Biasi. Let me real quick, guys, get 717 in the races.
Lucinda, good morning.
All right, got you in there, 717. Patty, have a lovely day with your family.
We have
Thanks for
70
stopping in this
people in
morning.
the house.
Wow, very
Okay.
good. Good morning, Miss Lucinda. I've sent her a couple prizes lately. She's been on a roll. All right, guys, I'm going to put the link up for Mr. Beard, Mr. James. And there you go, Mr. James. Darren says, I have good luck at door knocking. I say that I've found some great stuff in this area. I wonder if they would let me run my detector over the property. Never used the word dig. There you go, guys. Darren's, yep. I couldn't agree more. Thank you, Darren.
Yeah, Zaxton, if you're buying non-constitutional silver, you pay tax on it. Only constitutional silver is non-taxable.
5 Mile, I had a lady answer a door in a towel, probably in her 40s, and her husband was just sitting in the living room, and she gave me the permission and talked to me for like 5 minutes at the door in a towel, and then said, yeah, go ahead, and never flinched that she was standing there talking to some strange guy in a towel. Nice, Lucinda.
Very nice.
She's on a roll. Yeah, and then if they say, well, how do you find the items? You have to dig holes. You say, well, we have a special shovel made for just for metal detecting, and you cut a small plug, a little bit bigger than like a golf course plug hole, and then we put that ground back in there and we smooth it over to make it look like we were never here.
And don't worry, I won't make it look like the Holland Tunnel. Oh.
Wow, Lucinda. Why couldn't I find that mail route, Lucinda? Wow, that's awesome. I would tell you guys a college girlfriend story, but no, we're not going to. It's Sunday morning. We won't go there. That's true. That's true. But that would be great, wouldn't it? Oh, nice, Nick. Yeah. Hopefully they'll still be there when you're ready, Nick. That's another. There you go, Riddles. Another great point from Jim Steele. Absolutely. Good morning, Rick Hay. Denise has a customer let Charlie and I do her lawn up in Tallahassee, and that house was her house was in the 50s, but the ground had originally had houses there all the way from the 20s, and we wound up finding a lot of stuff. I found about a dozen Wheaties. I also found one Indian, and we found 2 or 3 shot musket balls because the ground was that old. But her old house she moved out of was a 1910 mansion, and she had lost a piece of jewelry there. And the next time I'm in Tallahassee, I'm going to text her and get the address of her old house and say, hi, the previous owner, Mindy, sent me by, and would you mind if I metal detected she lost a piece of jewelry in her front yard? Would it be okay if I did that? But I'm a friend of Mindy's, and I'm going to see if I can get that 1910 mansion. It's a beautiful house up in Tallahassee. But good advice, Jim. Darren says, just give him my name, Nick. Awesome, Mark.
Did she give you a smile back, Mark?
Look at that. We got Mr. James
Morning,
in the
James.
room.
Morning, everybody.
Morning, Mr. James.
How is everybody doing this morning?
We are doing great, sir. And you?
Doing great.
Not too bad.
There you go. That's exactly right. There's Miss Patty Dirt Clod. Good morning, Miss Patty.
Morning, Patty.
Wow, nice, Jim. Very nice.
Morning, Colleen.
Yep. Lucky Duck says, yep. I want to do my old house in front yard in PA. I lost a gold necklace.
Morning, Cliff.
Nick. I hope to be back at the beach by spring of 2026. Absolutely. I just got to build the strength up in this right leg. Morning, Ringo.
Hello, Hobo Rob, Mona.
Awesome, Mark.
Larry said, "Run! There's a spider about to get me." That's one of Reese's.
Yeah. Why does your background not surprise me at all, James? I've been looking at some of her posts on Facebook, and they're already all Halloween themed.
Oh yeah, she loves it.
I imagine Halloween's probably her favorite holiday.
It is. Hello, Frank. Yeah, she's wanting to do her Jeep and put her 12-foot skeleton in the back, but with the weather and stuff going on right now, we ain't had time.
Well, I did that one where the guy in the Jeep he had about a 6-foot skeleton on the top of his Jeep down. And I took a picture of him driving down the highway, and that was one of my biggest shorts I ever did with that skeleton going down the highway.
She's got skeletons all over it right now, but she's wanting to take the top off. We did it once before and put the 12-footer in there with his legs and arms out, and his head sticks like 2 or 3 foot up over the top of the Jeep. But we haven't done that yet, but I'm sure she will get me conned into it.
I like the hat too. I like the new Mind Lab hat.
Thank you. I just got that the other day. I've been wanting one, and when we went to our last event, I know you were asking the other day about the Masters of Metal, which I'd never heard of it until.
Yeah, go ahead and start off explaining that to us, please.
Well, Brian from Tri Valley, he mentioned the other day we were going to go to this event in Oklahoma, a seated hunt. And he said, "You don't do the Masters of Metal?" And Risha's like, "Sure." We had no idea what the Masters of Metal was. So Mind Lab has 6 regional events where you do 4 categories. You have to pan for gold. They have the ID challenge. And on the ID challenge, Risha got 4, Brian got 1, and I got 0. But they got a list of 20 different items on the paper, but you only pick 20. And you got 5 minutes to go to each one. And you think, well, that's not bad. Well, when you're looking for coins from maybe China and Mexico and all these different countries, not coins you normally find around here, it's
right.
Like,
it's going to be a different signal.
Yeah. So you have to try to guess what it is. And that's one of the competitions. They got 4 nuggets of gold they put in the pan. You got 5 minutes to try to get all 4 of those out. And the pan is big, and they put a lot of sanded stuff in it. Risha got all 4. I got 3, and Brian got 0. And she got done in 3 minutes something. I had to go the 5 minutes, and I lost 1. And of course, she's panned more than I have.
So did you win it as a team, or did she win it herself?
As a team. There's also, they have a token hunt. So this field is 200 feet by 200 feet. And in the token hunt, she went for 10 minutes. I went for 20. Brian went for 30. And the team with the most tokens, you get points for first place. We tied for first on that. She got first in the 10-minute. I got first in the 2nd minute. And somebody got 3 more than Brian in the 30-minute. So we tied for first in that. We were second in the ID challenge. Then they got what is called a claim jumper. And on this 200 by 200 foot area, you got 4 different strips down through there. And you might have to find like an orange pull tab in your section. But there might be 5 orange pull tabs and 1,000 regular pull tabs. So you have to be lucky enough to find the right item in that section. My first section was tokens. I went first, so I also had to go 4th because there's, and I had to find a gold token. It was my 2nd target. I got lucky and hit it on my 2nd target. So in less than a minute, I had mine, and after 30 minutes, if the next person hasn't found their target, the other 2 team members can go help them. So we'd already decided at that point that if I got mine and Brian was trying to find his, Risha would go ahead in her section and I would go help Brian. So the 30 minutes was up and nobody had got through section 2 yet. So I ran up to help Brian. I wasn't there a minute. He hollered, "I got it." So we run over to help Risha find her target. And we were there maybe 5 minutes and she said, "I got it." So we went to the last section, all 4 of it, or all 3 of us. Now what she did was show us an item, but she didn't say there was 3 different sizes of that item. And one of them had a little bread tie around it. So Risha thought she had it. We all grabbed our stuff, run down. She said, "Nope, that's not it. It doesn't have the bread tie." So we run back out on the field, because if 2 teams finish at the same time, the first one to get up to Debbie is first. Regardless, if you finish at the same time, you got to be there first. So we're going along and Risha's like, "I found the item, one of them, and it's such and such VDI." I'm like, "Okay." So I went a little bit and I found one and I told her, I said, "Hey, I got another one that's smaller." And I told her the VDI on that. I took 2 steps and I got even a lower VDI, and I'm like, "I better dig that." And I did. And she'd hollered 5 minutes left, and it's probably 2 minutes later, I found our 4th target. This target was about as big around as the top of a pencil eraser. It's tiny.
Wow.
And I found it. And when the 5 minutes was up, she decided to extend it another 30 minutes. And it was probably 15 or 20 minutes later before the second team got all 4. And
So how many teams were there?
There was 5.
Nice. So 15 people out there.
And there was 1 team got 2 and 1 team got 1. I mean, it's a lot of luck involved. So we're going to Alabama to the gold mining camp, and it's going to be a 2-day event, which is going to actually have 5 events. This one, the 5th one's a surprise. Nobody has a clue what it's going to be. We will be doing the gold panning, the token hunt, the ID challenge, and the claim jumper. But what the 4th one is, nobody knows.
This is the same. Excuse me. This is the same Debbie that's Mind Lab's rep for Florida also.
Yes.
Wow,
So,
she's zipping around the country.
Yeah, they have 6 regionals on this Masters of Metal. They have one in Arkansas. I think they have one in Florida.
I would be definitely interested in that if they had one in Florida, because I'd never heard it before, James.
I hadn't until Brian told me. So here's
Oh, nice. Look at that.
the gold medal, sponsored by Mind Lab. So the entry fee, I guess last year was $100 per team. This year it was $50 per team. So there's 4 of us. So, for $12.50 each, you enter.
You can't go wrong with that.
We each got a Masters of Metal hat.
No.
I don't have the T-shirt in here, but there's a T-shirt to match this hat. So that alone is worth the entry.
Yeah, just the hat itself, much less the T-shirt.
Yeah.
Because I just bought the new club hat from the club this year. I'm picking it up next month this month at the meeting, and the hats were $25 each for a nice embroidered hat.
But they were supposed to have it in New York, but the club that she was going to in New York canceled their seated hunt. So she ended up having it in Oklahoma. So it was just luck for us that New York canceled and we got to enter it. But I would suggest if you ever do it, don't do a seated hunt the same time you're doing the Masters of Metal, because we would do an event for the Masters of Metal, then we would have to go basically a quarter mile, almost run to the field for a seated hunt, then run back to the Masters of Metal competition. So it was nonstop running everywhere.
Hi, Diana.
So how far did you guys have to go from Oklahoma from where you are?
It's about 2 hours.
Oh, that's not bad.
No.
Lucky Duck says they had one at Digstock in March last year. Scott says this is the second year that Masters of Metal has been going across. Thank you. I'd never heard of it until I watched Beard's video, and I still really wasn't that familiar with it.
Yeah, and I didn't get as much footage as I had hoped to because the first day I filmed some, and like I say, we were doing the seated hunt plus the Masters of Metal, and she doesn't really want you filming the Masters of Metal. I mean, she told me later on, she said, well, you can because this is the last one of the year, because she don't want everybody knowing that might watch
What
the
they
video,
are, yeah.
what's coming up. So I didn't even grab my camera, and we were running back and forth both days. So I didn't get the footage I wanted to get, but I will be trying to get a lot of footage at the national championship. I know there's going to be a lot of really, really good competition there.
Oh, it sounds like it. So people coming from all 6 of them from around the country?
Yeah. Well, there's going to be 3 teams from each. She's wanting 20 teams there and 2 alternates. But if some of it's skill and some of it's luck.
Oh, absolutely. Sometimes it's just you swing over. Yeah, you just swing over the item.
And if you are lucky enough to get first place, your prize is a MindLab Manicore.
Ooh.
And
Good morning, Miss Diana.
We got $2,500 to pay.
You got $2,500 for this first place?
Yep.
Well, hell, congratulations. No offense, but I'll take that over the Manicore.
Yeah, we split it with Brian and his dad. His dad was our alternate.
Yeah, congrats.
So, thank you. So we got $1,250, and that's going to pay for our trip down there.
Oh, heck yeah. See, I'd get Dalton and Troy and enter that, and then Troy and I could just sit in a chair and let Dalton go find everything. And
yeah. Well, first place was $2,500, second was $1,500, and third place was $1,100.
yeah, see, I haven't seen that, Diana. The first time I saw James's video was the first time I'd heard about that, Diana. And welcome to the chat, Diana. But yeah, that's fantastic job.
Thank you.
Lucky Ducks is Indiana Unearthed posted that he's been in them. Thank you, Diana. Well,
Adam got a lot more footage than I did. So if you get a chance to go watch his video.
I'm sorry, who's?
Indiana Unearthed.
Oh, Adam. Okay.
Yeah, he got a lot more footage than I did. And we watched his video the other day, so you can get a better idea of what's going on with his.
I missed them on Monday Digs. They are a very infectious couple. They really get excited. It's great seeing a younger couple out there, especially the wife, and they just get so excited with their finds, and they get on some really great old ground to hunt.
They do. We met them at the Show Me Pro-Am hunt back in the spring, and they're really nice people, super nice.
And James Relic Rat asks, when is the Alabama event?
It is this coming weekend.
Oh, nice. So you're heading across country this next weekend.
Yep. We're going to head out Thursday because they have a night hunt. And this is for the people from the Masters of Metal and the people who help put it on. It's not for the public. I mean, I guess the public can come watch. But at the gold camp, you can pan for gold. You can do all kinds of cool stuff. So we're going to do that Friday. MindLab is feeding us Friday evening. Then they're going to have a Friday night hunt. Then Saturday, we got 3 events. The Alabama Gold Camp is putting on a free dinner for us Saturday. And
wow.
Then we do our last 2 events Sunday and do the wrap up with raffles and things like that.
Sounds like all you need to do is get there, Beard. Everything else is taken care of.
Pretty much, yeah. We got to fix 3 meals the whole time we're there.
What's in the plug wants to know where at in Alabama, sir?
Lineville, I think it's called. It's the Alabama Gold Camp, but I think it's called. Let me see if I can find it. I think it's called Lineville.
Morning, Ronald. Good morning, Ed. Great seeing Miss Diana in here. Good morning, Mr. Greg A.U.
Yeah, it's in Lineville, Alabama.
Uh-oh. Okay, Lionville, Alabama. Mr. Troy is going to be up near Jacksonville or Georgia line next week that I can hunt with. Mr. Troy is on the move.
Lucinda, I'm in Missouri.
He's in southern Missouri.
Yep.
He is P.O. Box number 1. I don't know how big your town is, James, but that is awesome.
It's a little under 700.
Fairy Dust. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Ed. Guys, can somebody put up a link to James's channel and also a link to Indiana Unearthed so people can check out those the Mine Lab? And there you go, Ed. Alabama Gold Camp, County Road 5 in Lineville, Alabama. There we go. Thank you, Ed.
That's it. Never been there. They have, I guess, an old creek where they dig up a bunch of the dirt and stuff and they put it in piles next to the little river that's there. And you can, I think it's like $5 a day to get in there. But since we're camping, I think we get a pan for gold for free.
Oh, you guys going to camp there?
Yes. I guess there's a big college football game going on next weekend, and the hotel rates have went astronomical down there.
Yeah, the 1 week that we went up to Gainesville, where Kimberly and I spent the weekend together in the room. It turns out that the University of Florida was having their homecoming or their graduation that week, and then an international or national girls softball tournament was there. So there was girls from their parents and families from all across the country. And then there was an international RC car race, remote control race from guys around the world. And there wasn't a cheap hotel room to be found in Gainesville. She wound up paying, I think for 3 nights, she paid $500 for 3 nights.
Wow.
I mean, it was our budget went right out the window just for the hotel. And you had guys staying in hotels 18 miles away just because that was the closest place they could get a reasonable rate, because Gainesville was just mobbed that weekend.
Well, I know Brian went year before last, I think, to this event, and his group rented a house for those 3 days. And he said it was a 30 to 40 minute drive from the camp to get there. So he didn't really get to enjoy anything. By the time it was over, they had to drive back, and so we decided.
And if I remember, I think one of Shane's groups rented a house at one of the events too, because they had like 7 or 8 guys. And if you can do that, if you can find a bed and breakfast or a what do you call it, the company that does those, the Verbos or whatever, that's probably your best deal.
Yeah.
There we go.
They've got electric. They've got all that stuff there. They got a shower. So.
All right. Mona puts in the link to your channel, Beard.
Thank you, Mona.
And then thank you, Ed, for putting in the channel for Indiana Unearthed. There you go, Troy. Give Relic Rat a call. He's in Georgia. Airbnb. Thanks, 5 Mile. I couldn't think of that.
But it's going to be interesting. Hi, Johnny Small Pepper. But
thank you, Johnny. Appreciate it.
I told him I hope I don't get nervous. My plan is, as I get older, I just want to go down and enjoy it and just soak it in. If I get first or last, I'm going to have a good time, do my best. And even if you are from 4th place to last place, you get a new pinpointer. Is it the 40, the red one, the M40 pinpointer?
Yeah, the Mine Lab, yeah.
You get an M40 pinpointer even if you're in last place. So you get something, and it'll be a new experience.
Now, do they also, for the Nationals, do they also recharge you? Is it another paid event, or is that something that's included?
No, that's included. If you get the top 3 in the regionals, you're in.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm going to have to definitely check that out for next year. I mean, because like I say, by spring break, by mid-February, when spring break starts on the beach down here, Beard, that's when I'm hoping to be back available on the beaches. Because my surgeon said the last thing I want you on, I want you to be able to walk stable and do your dirt digging. But the last thing I want you to do is the beach, because with the soft sand, I want you to have your balance down pat before you get on the beach.
That's understandable.
Yep. And good morning, Miss Patty Dirtclod. Great seeing Mr. Johnny Small Pepper here this morning. There's this Miss Deb Melvin. Good morning, Miss Deb.
And you were
Now,
talking.
James, had you been to an organized hunt before this one from Mine Lab? Had you been to like any of the regional hunts, like Florida Hunt or whatever, like a comparable one?
We've been to like 3 or 4 seated hunts. Brian from Tri Valley has put on, I think this will be his 4th. We're going to in the spring, but that was our first one. Then we went to the Topeka hunt, did really well. We went to the Show Me Pro-Am. We did okay there, but I ended up winning a metal detector, a Garrett detector. I forget what one. Then we went to this one in Pryor, Oklahoma, and Risha had a picture. I think we ended up with like 63 silver dimes.
Holy smokes.
I think we had 9 silver quarters and 6 or 8 halves. And I have never been lucky at finding tokens at a seated hunt. We did the 2-day one at Show Me. I didn't find any. We did Brian's. I think I found 3. So starting out down in Pryor, I'm like, for the main hunt, they have tokens for prizes. They just had clad dimes painted. And I'm like, please just let me find 1 token, because I just don't find tokens. I end up with 6 tokens, and they said that
Nice.
was 3, and Risha found 5. My first 4 tokens I turned in was silver dollars.
Well, right there, that just pays for everything.
Yeah, and then
a silver dollar now, just in silver value, is between $50 and $60, and that doesn't even take into account if it's in nice shape and it's got more value over junk silver. But even a Morgan right now is $55 or $60 just for silver content.
Yeah, I think
now. Somebody had a question for you, Beard. Mona says, "Did you get to retire yet?"
Not yet, Mona. Risha gets onto me every day for getting up and going to work. I still got to have surgery on both hands and both elbows before I retire. And I keep putting it off because there's always something coming up. But I'm going to try to do that maybe in December so I can retire in the spring, hopefully. Risha had her 5 tokens, and one of her 5 tokens was a Garrett, was it an AT Pro? Yep, 18 Pro waterproof detector. And we looked them up, so you figure after taxes, she won a $600 detector. And she got 2 silver dollars, and then a Garrett hand digger, and another piece of silver, a smaller piece of silver. So we did really well at the hunt.
I'm going to have to start getting to more of these seated hunts. I'm telling you. I know Troy used to do one, Park Rat Pats Club. They're not real active now, but Park Rat Pats Club, when they were real active, they used to do a seated hunt every year, and that's how the club would raise money. And Troy went over there one year, and he just cleaned up for silver.
I did good on the main hunt. The $50 hunt and the quarter hunt, I didn't do very good. Risha did. But they found out after the event was over, they were handing out prizes. They're like, well, we've come up with some more silver quarters that we forgot to bury out there. So you turned your tag in, and they were drawing tags, and I won 5 or 6 silver quarters. They drew my tag. So I'm like, well, that makes up for missing some in the field.
There you go. Ed says the Buckeye chapter has a seated hunt twice a year. There you go. Patty and somebody else love their AT Pros. It's an easy machine to learn. I know Shane, the blind treasure hunter, he used his for years.
Yeah, we've never used one, but from what we see and hear, it's a really good machine.
I mean, as long as they've been making that, I imagine they got that down pat. I mean, Shane's been using his in that freshwater river for years, and with the push button thing, with him being blind, it was a very easy machine for him to learn. But I got to admit, when I met him on Clearwater Beach and he used my Knox, and had for no push buttons and just having to learn those little touch pads, Shane had that machine down. And I mean, blind as he's completely blind, and he had that machine down in 10 minutes. And that night on Clearwater Beach, he found jewelry. with a machine he'd never used before, being blind. Guy found jewelry on Clover Beach.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's waterproof for 10 feet. And
Yeah.
she really liked
I mean, for doing rivers, for doing freshwater rivers, that's absolutely perfect. I mean, obviously on the saltwater, I hear it makes noise for the mineralization of the sand. But for freshwater, I mean, I can't tell. Guys were using that in the water for years before Equinox came out with a waterproof machine.
And you mentioned last night about my showing my best find, and I know I've showed it on my live and talked about it, but there's some, I don't remember who said, yeah, my friend finds these all the time, but Beard don't find these all the time.
And go ahead and explain that one, sir.
This is a Native American spear point. We went to the museum and we looked, and I don't know if you can see, but it's even got part of the wood still in it. That was almost a foot deep. I wish I had got more footage. What we think this little notch is for is they would put like a little piece in there. They would also use it for fishing to spear fish. But it's approximately 10,000 years old. Hey, Brockton.
That's freaking awesome. Good morning, Sean.
Risha found this. And from what we can figure out on this, it's was used for decoration. You can see the holes. It would have had beads and stuff on it. And this was during the fur trade era. The Indians would make these and trade them. And also, where did I put it?
So probably like early mid 1800s.
Yeah, it could even be back older than that.
Okay.
And I found this in the same area.
Ooh, you can tell that's Native American. That's gorgeous.
Yeah, I found this in the same area. What was I going to say? There went my brain.
Mona said she got chills looking at that Indian point.
But this, I wish I would have filmed more. But being copper, Native Americans, United States was using copper thousands of years before the Bronze Age. If I put this on my phone on that ID me thing on Google, it will say it's 12,000 years old. But we did go to a museum and find some, and they were saying it's approximately 10,000 years old.
Well, 10, 12,000, that's just, either way, it's just incredible.
When my detector picked it up, it was a faint signal, and being copper, I thought it was a penny. So I was hoping for an IHP, not some clad. And when I dug it up, I dug to the clay, still didn't have it. So I flipped about 2 inches of clay out. When it flipped over, I seen it. And I'm like, my first thought was spear point. I don't know why that was my first thought, but it was. And I got it out of the clay. We even went to the local museum to verify. And I still can't believe I found that. I know it was in the Great Lakes region. We were actually in Wisconsin when we found those
items. You found that in Wisconsin?
Yes.
Morning, Brad.
We have found...
See, there you go. Ed says the same thing there, Beard. Copper culture was massed throughout the Midwest and Great Lakes region.
Yep. And I don't know... Risha sent a picture to Steph from Steph Diggs. She's pretty knowledgeable on a lot of stuff. And she said, can you help us ID this? And she said, my guess is you're in the Great Lakes region, and that is a copper spear point, approximately, 8 to 10,000 years old. We didn't tell her where we were, and she knew.
Wow, she nailed that.
She nailed it. And I told Risha, I said, let's go in the local museum here and see if they have any. And she's like, do you really want to go? We had to pay like $5 each to go in. Yeah, and we got in there. She's loved it in there. They had a lot of Native American stuff and a lot of the history of the area. But we're hoping to go back someday and hit that area again. Don't know that we're going to find anything like that ever again.
Well, you're just getting so many accolades from that. Yeah, Darren says, I'm in Central Illinois, native artifacts everywhere. See? Ours are all pretty much, Ronald says, only 9,900 years older than anything I've ever found. Me too, Ronald. See, down here in Florida, James, we have some Indian mounds not far from here, and everything's protected. You can't even hunt anywhere near them.
Well, that is definitely a find of a lifetime for me.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
And that's one reason I love metal detecting, because you don't know what you're going to pull out the next time.
Nope. And that's why this is the coolest hobby. You just never know what's going to come out of the ground.
Just like I thought or was hoping for a penny and not just a random piece of copper, because I knew it was a copper tone. I did not dream that was coming out of the ground.
Yeah. If I'm on old ground and I get a signal that's a zinc penny, but that also could be an IHP, and it's deep, you got to dig that. You just have to dig that.
Yeah. And like I say, the fish Risha found, it was folded, and she started just, I said, whoa, take it easy. I said, that might really be something. And I said, it looks like a fish. And our first thought was it was like maybe a decoy they used for ice fishing. But then we researched it and also sent that to Steph, and she said it's probably from the fur trade era. So it could possibly be as old as 500 years old.
Yeah, when I get stuff like that, if it's bent over, I'll take it to my neighbor who's got a nice little small torch set up, and he'll heat it up to unfold that for me. Because if I tried to unfold that beard, I'd snap that baby right in half.
Yeah, she was getting a little wicked with it, and I told her to calm down. And so then when she realized what it could be, she did. I know people find some copper arrowheads, that's probably 400 or 500 years old, and that was on my bucket list. But when I found that, question is a Mine Lab Profind pinpointer for 120.
Good morning, Sheldon. Take care, Stephen. Thank you.
I've never used the Profind 40.
I probably the $120 one, Nick, is their most expensive pinpointer, and so it's right around the same price as the Garrett Carrot. The Garrett Carrot's $128. Now compare. I've never compared the two, because as much as I love Mine Lab detectors, my first pinpointer was a Garrett Carrot, and I'm sorry, I've had so much luck with that Garrett Carrot. I will, unless I win a free Mine Lab pinpointer or it comes with a new machine, I'm sticking with the Garrett Carrot.
I'm with you. We've had two of the Mine Labs, and I can't remember now if they were the 25 or the 30 watt it is, the yellow ones. I mean, you have to be really close to that target for it to pick it up. So we struggled with those, and we'd watch people using the Garrett Carrot, and we bought Garrett Carrots, and that's what we use. Now, when we go to Alabama and get the Profind 40, I am going to try it, because Brian said, yeah, it's similar to the Carrot as far as picking up, and I think you can set it different settings. So
there you go. Yeah, Diana says, I love my Carrot, but I've got two backups. Absolutely, Diana. I've got a Carrot, but I've also got the Pro Pointer, which is the one below the Carrot that's not waterproof. So, like when Gene came here from We Dig It, he came up from the islands for a minister convention in Tampa, and Troy and I met Gene, and I was able to give Gene I used my 600, and Gene took my 800, and he took my other shovel and my backup pinpointer. So I was able to completely outfit Gene, so we all had a great day detecting. Well, guys, I've got Silver Paws has sent me. Let me go large here for a second. Silver Paws is offering up a beautiful 1969 proof cameo quarter, guys.
wow.
Graded. So let's do that for first. And Rob's going to put up a barber for DAL. And let me just double check to make sure I have everybody in the race, because a couple new names have come in.
The Workman says the 40 has different tones for ferrous and non-ferrous.
There you go.
So that would be nice. Brockton says he's here.
Yep, Brockton's in the race.
Rocky Price says, I have the 40. I use a certain battery for it to work well. And Lucinda thinks she's in twice.
Yeah, she told me that last night, Lucinda, and I checked. You were not in twice, ma'am. But thank you for letting me know that. I did double check it last night. All right, we got Ronald in there. Sheldon always stays in there. We have Miss Crazy About a Mercury's in there. Let me double check her.
I do wish Mind Lab would make a pinpointer like the Deus to match up to the detector, so you could hear the tone through the detector when you're looking.
Yeah.
I think we got 12 or more buckets, because I asked when I called and reserved our spot, I asked them about those piles of dirt, what they charge for a bucket of dirt, to bring home and pan. And they said, oh, that's courtesy dirt. Don't charge nothing. So as many buckets as we can get in the back of the truck, we're bringing back so we can
There you
run
go.
through our little sluice and pan them at home.
Nice. Alrighty, guys, I got the race done. Let's pull that up. We're going to do this for Silver Paz's graded quarter. And I'm going to offer a silver dime at the bottom.
Good luck, everybody.
Alrighty, guys, let's set the list up. Let's go.
Good luck, Paul.
Thank you, Bill. Shuffle twice. Shuffle 3 times. Thank you, Silver Paz. Somebody please put up Paz's link. Please be a friend to Paz's channel. He is a great supporter of Bill, Charlie, and I. So shuffle one more time, and 3, 2, 1, and go.
There's 87 in here and 83 thumbs up, so somebody's slacking.
That's right, you slackers. Here you go, Lucinda. Paz is a great guy. You guys are missing out if you're not subscribed. Absolutely. And thank you, Tom Kingery.
And I guess at the gold camp we're going to, they're doing their year-end thing. So I guess a lot of the, can't think of the word, but a lot of people are going to donate a lot of cool stuff, I guess, like gold panning stuff for a raffle down there. So hopefully we didn't
Nice.
get on that too.
Hey, Bone Dead Heathens is on the screen. Dirt Trolling Troy's there, but he's falling back. Miss Mermaid's up there. Brooklyn Chick, Happy Bears, Ronald Biase, Kane's Coins. Oh, Heathens and Mermaid are falling back. And here comes the 19-second fade, and there goes Kane's Coins. Ronald Biase staying up front. Scott McClory. Well, it's not Scott. That was Ohio River history. Who's it going to be, guys? Who's coming up? Who's it going to be? My Buddy Miss Ann. Boom. All right, guys, we got Ann, My Muddy Mess, and then we got Lucky James Eller second, Diggin, and Ohio River History third. All righty, guys, let's start the timer. A minute to win it. And timer is going Brockton says, let's go. Flash in the pan. Ed says he's here at 5th. Thank you, Ed. All right, let's go down and see who is DAL for the silver dime. And that is Mr. Marty. We know Mr. Marty's here. Marty, give us a hell yay. Scotty says, I made the top 10. There you go, guys. Paz is putting up his email for claim. Mr. Marty, are you here? Marty says here. So Marty gets the silver dime. All righty, guys. We got 30 seconds left for And My Muddy Mess or Lucky James. Has anybody seen James Eller?
Loretta or Shane. Ed's already said I'm here, so
That's right. So the top 4 in front of Ed. You've got 15 seconds. All righty, guys. 3, 2, 1, and there we go. Congratulations, Ed. Flash in the pan. Boom.
congrats, Ed.
Ed, Silver Paz has put his link up, so you get that beautiful proof quarter. Congratulations. They got McClory. Absolutely, Ed. Nick says, who doesn't like silver? Marty loves my silver. Oh, that's a good question.
Hi, Denise. Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Kidder. James had or 5 Mile had a great question. Is there a dollar value on that point?
That I don't know.
Okay.
To me, no.
Well, no, you know it's priceless and you'd never sell it.
Yeah.
But
No, I've not ever researched to see if there is a dollar value on it.
like I have no idea what the value dollar is on my 1906 Freemasons Master Masons gold medallion. I mean, I know it's worth, numerous hundreds of dollars in gold, but each lodge made a unique one. So when I was researching it, when I first found it, I'm like, why can't I find this one? There's all different ones. And then I realized each lodge had them custom made for the Grand Poobah of the lodge, the Master Mason. So each one's going to be different. So it's a unique piece. So, I don't know what that would be valued at as a relic of the Freemasons. That's right. Mona says it's priceless. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I was talking to Risha the other day. All these things we find detecting, I said, they don't mean anything to anybody but us.
That's exactly right.
The kids, grandkids, probably could care less about most of this stuff, but to us,
it's funny you say that, Beard, because none of my family, I used to send pictures to my sisters. I'd get that's nice. No matter what it was, that's nice. It could have been, I would have sent them the picture of that spirit tip and they would have went, that's nice. Not even having any comprehension of the historical significance of that.
Yeah.
But wow, Chuck Owens, 33-year Mason there. Congratulations, Chuck. Wow. Lucinda says, I'm going to take all the silver I win from Paz and have new teeth made.
Come on over,
Aaron
Larry.
says,
I'll let you
Aaron
hold
says,
it.
check email. Guys, first off, I'm gonna publish this from full half. Guys, let me put this up. And he wants to know if anybody can identify this. And since we're there with James and his old spear piece, let me see if anybody can identify this, because this looks like it's going to be old. So guys, he says, does anyone know what this is? I found this on a job site. I believe this is what they call a hagstone. Is this early Native American, guys? I mean, it obviously is a work piece of rock for sure. Yeah, full hat. Yeah, he says, I'm sure it's native.
It could possibly be.
Lucinda says it's an old fruit loop. Ed says hagstones are natural. That is a native tool. There you go, guys. I know I didn't ever heard the phrase hagstone before, so obviously Ed knows more than I do. Go for Bill says it could be a fishing weight. Same thing with Patty. And there we go, guys. Diana says, best of luck to everybody. It looks like an old Hostess donut chocolate. There you go. That would make it great. Yeah, and Scott McClory says hagstone. Yeah, you guys know more about this thing than I does. All right, now somebody else sent me a picture.
Morning, sunshine.
Ooh, check this out, guys. This is from Darren's Hobbies.
Ed said it looks like what they used for a fire starter and a bow.
Ah. All right, guys. Darren Hobbies sent this. So he says Indian pipe. Is that what he put? Let me make sure. Indian pipe. Yeah, he's even got an Indian's Arrowheads and Artifacts book there, guys. But obviously you can tell that's a work piece of stone there too, guys. Very nice, Denise. Except the meeting's not tomorrow, Denise. Block of cheese, Kane's coin says. But yeah, whatever that, I mean, I would definitely dare and be contacting the museum about that baby.
Thank you.
Hi, Miss Risha.
Hello.
You know how Risha likes calling me a punk all the time?
Yep.
More than mainly Rob.
Oh, Risha.
So in our garden, a while back, we got a pretty good rain, and her and the grandson was walking around the garden. And they found 2 really old marbles. So they decided they're going to sift dirt in the garden and see what all they could find out in the garden. And they found some pieces of old glass and some nails and different things. And so when I got home from work, they're like, you want to go out there? I'm like, yeah. And she said, well, I'll let you sift a little bit. And I think the second shovelful she put in my sifter, I pulled this out. It's
my gosh.
The tip is broken. And she's like, all right, you punk, you get back in the house.
No, the tip's not broken. The base is the tip.
Yeah,
the
base
base.
Years. My dad's like, I could work on that for 5 minutes and have all that back on there. But I've looked on this property for years and across the tracks in the bottom by the creek and never found an arrowhead. And I'm out there 1 minute and this comes out of the ground. And it's got a lot of grays and stuff.
Oh, that's beautiful.
My dad and I, when I was a kid, hunted arrowheads all the time. We got hundreds of arrowheads that we have found over the years.
Go ahead.
At his house, he's got like probably 2.5 foot by 2.5 foot picture frames with all of our arrowheads around his house.
That is something we've never. I don't think any of the 3 of us guys, me, Troy, or Dalton, I don't think any of the 3 of us have an arrowhead. Now, Denise did find an older marble. I mean, when I say older, probably 50s in her front yard. And she also found a beautiful, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a precious stone. I think it's I don't want to say a ruby or emerald, but she found a dark maroon stone, not a stone, but what do you call it? Jewelry piece, thing that you make jewelry out of. And you know what? If she comes back from checking on her cat, I think she knows where it's at in the garage. I'm going to have her show that. And but she found that digging in the yard when she was digging up for replacing sod and stuff. So we haven't found a weedy in the yard, but we found a couple other things.
That's really cool, Ed. He said all the arrowheads he's found was while sluicing. Well, where we live there's a river a mile from the house, and people used to dig up their fields and plant crops and stuff. And as a kid back then, everybody knew everybody, and they allowed us to go arrowhead hunt. And we had some of the big grinding stones and the little stone that they would grind stuff with. And a friend of my mom's years ago, they come and visited, and she really liked them and wanted them. And my dad said, "No, you can't have them." Well, when they left, we noticed a day or two later they were gone. She took them.
Yeah, I think Mystic got it right. I think it's a big garnet, or it could be a amethyst. Thank you, both of you. I couldn't. What do you call that? You don't call that a stone. What do you call that piece of crystal rock? I'm so bad with jewelry, guys. I'm such a non-jewelry person. Nice, Ficus. Amethyst or purple. Okay. No, it's a gem. Thank you, Mona. Man, sometimes garnet would be a dark red. That's exactly what it is. It's a deep maroon red. Or crystal. Thank you, guys. A gem or a crystal or mineral. See, thanks, guys. I just couldn't think of any one of those three words.
Now, this is something I found the other day. This will be on a video coming out. It needs polished, but it was an old.
Oh, look at that. Now, what stone is that?
I'm not sure. It's a little bit rough.
But that's a damn good sized stone.
Yeah, Risha said sapphire. But I wasn't expecting that to come out of the ground. That goes in with what we were saying. This hobby is just something unreal because you never know what you're going to pull out of the ground.
Thank you, Colleen. Appreciate it. For Rob, it's called shiny. Absolutely, Marty. Ooh, Diana says that could be a blue topaz. And she says not a sapphire. But that's what Jocko thinks it is. But I'll tell you something. You get that polished up or you take that to a jeweler, that's going to look gorgeous, James.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I can polish it or not. I may have to take it somewhere. But my dad, he's like, I can't believe you guys are finding all this old cool stuff that we've been finding lately. And I said, well, oh yeah, that's something else I found. We went from just digging
high tones
and
everything.
what we thought was coins to ever repeatable. And this, I don't remember if this video is out or it may be. Yeah, I think this video is out. But I found this piece and we didn't know for sure what it said. And Risha put lemon juice on it and was able to get it to clear up.
Oh, sorry, wrong one. Hold on. Sorry, James. That's an old like grill tag.
Yeah, it's a license plate topper.
Yes.
And they said they put them on license plates and also on bicycles. I think it's from around the 50s.
Good morning, East Wind Farms.
I thought that was a pretty cool find.
Oh, that's a great find. I don't have any license plate or grill tags at all.
So we've been lucky. Each year, we hope the year is better than the one before, which each year we've been detecting is great. Like the spear point, we found the same area I found my 5 silvers in one hole. So we went back to that area. Well, we were within a quarter mile of that area as where I found the spear point. She found her fish and the bracelet. But this was a local place. In fact, Rob, this wasn't very far from where you found your quarter. I got more permission. The place where that permission is, I got the entire permission now.
I'm getting excited. I trust me, guys. And I say this with all due seriousness. I do plan a Missouri trip in 2026. I would love to do a Baltimore trip too. That all depends on if my cousin's place is available. Because my cousin's place in Baltimore, outside of Baltimore, is literally 8 minutes from the Hoover Boys meeting place. So I would go up there to go to the Hoover Boys Club meeting, which is Maryland Free State Club. They have a potluck dinner and everything. They were the most friendly, accommodating people. And but yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'll do the Maryland trip this year, but I'm definitely doing a Missouri trip. And if I do a Maryland trip, I'd love to be able to time it to meet Peter from Detect Dig Smile, because him and his family does Ocean City every year. And that's my childhood family vacation ground from when I was a little kid. So
So if you come see us, Rob, Larry and Jill 5 Mile are probably about 30 miles from us.
that's not that far.
And Mama Bird and GP are maybe 20 miles from us.
There we
Opposite
go.
directions, but
There we go.
pretty close.
There you go. 5 miles. So it's a good old boys club down here. There you go.
And Risha wanted me to mention to you that next year, if things work out right, we're coming to your neck of the woods,
Where we're at in Florida.
Clearwater Beach.
Oh, that is my neck of the woods.
Beard Light wants to see the ocean, so Risha
Well,
wants to take him to see
I will tell you right now, I believe Clearwater Beach is the most beautiful beach in Florida. You know, I'm a big fan of. I dig Daytona and Brian, and I watched his video yesterday, and it's just their beach is sanded in some with the storms and stuff they're having, and they have so many detectors on that beach, and the way that beach is set up with the cars that travel on it and everything. I just think there's so much less that gets dropped over there than Clearwater Beach. Like he was saying that he was on the beach for almost an hour and he had 3 signals. That is never going to happen on Clearwater Beach. Clearwater Beach is so mobbed with thousands and thousands of people. And even with, I've been on Clearwater Beach with 8 detectors, and even with 8 detectors out there, you're not bumping into each other because it's so wide and it's so long. You're just, I mean, if you bring your detector, you're going to, I don't know if you've ever done beach detecting, but Clearwater Beach is the place to be.
We did a little bit in Wisconsin, and there was a lot of beach area, and we were getting tons of signals, but we didn't know when we first started. But then we're told, oh, yeah, this is the only beach they allow you to have bonfires. So, of course, you're finding tons of little pieces of melted aluminum cans. And we detected a couple hours, found a little bit of change, not much. And we're like, you're just digging too much trash.
Well, Denise is right. Indian Rocks Beach is got less detectors on it. Same with Sand Key. Same with St. Pete Beach. There was a detector that's been doing St. Pete Beach for years, but he hasn't made a video now in 2 years, so I don't know how many people are doing St. Pete Beach. 5 miles says, I love St. Pete and Treasure Island area. Treasure Island area is also beautiful. That whole area, James, whether you stay in Clearwater, Sand Key, Treasure Island, St. Pete, anywhere along that, I mean, it's 80 miles of coastline, James. Anywhere you're at there is just absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, we'll get with you before the trip, and we'll probably spend a week down there. And I told her, I said, I'm going to be on that beach till my battery's dead. Then I'm going to recharge it and be back on the beach. I don't care if it's midnight or noon. I'm going to be out there swimming.
Yeah, and it's funny because, like I say, Riddles was just down here, and he was saying, hey, I heard you can't do Clearwater Beach at night, or I hear there's rules. Nope, 0 rules, 0 fences, 0 walls, 0 gates. You literally pull up to the little 3-foot brick wall in Clearwater Beach. If you're in the first spot, you park your car, open your trunk, you take 2 steps, and you're in the sand. No gates, no walls, no officials, and you can hunt Clearwater Beach 24/7.
I'll be out there a bunch. I know that.
Absolutely. Kane's Coins right. Get in the water where cold hands shrink by 10% and drop all the fancy gold rings. Most people won't go out far in the water detecting. And when Denise K helped me in the water, guys, a couple months ago, I think it was August or September, I wanted to do one last hunt before my surgery. She helped me to the water, but once I got waist deep, guys, I took the weight off the hip. I could use my scoop as a cane. I spent 3.5 hours in the water. Unfortunately, you guys haven't seen it because the second I turned my shoulder camera on, apparently as I charged it, I left the camera on. So the minute it charged, I unplugged it. I didn't realize the camera was on. So it completely drained overnight. And then I went to the beach, turned it on, and it said low battery. So all we have is footage of me driving there and walking to the water, and that's it. 5 miles says it'll wear you out, James, being on Clearwater Beach. Yep, Florida Sand Hunters. I'm dying to meet him and his son, and I'm loving to have his son give me a shout out on one of his videos once I meet him. But they do Clearwater Beach in the mornings, and I would love to meet them. Good morning, Brooklyn Chick.
Yeah, that's where she wants to go. And I told her it's going to be a long drive, but
Now, Ed, I just read up on that, Ed, because St. Augustine, obviously being the first or the longest continuing occupied city in the North America, they are very strict about anything. But from what I understand, their public beach area, Ed, is allowed in the sand. I'm not sure into the water if there's any wreck claims, but their public beach, yes, you can do the beach, Ed.
Scott said it's illegal to metal detect in any body of water in Wisconsin, creeks, streams, lakes, etc. But everyone does it, and I don't know of anyone who has been cited.
You know what? Bill says the same thing about Tennessee, that they're very restrictive. I just don't understand that. I mean, yep, absolutely. I'm dying to meet you guys. Mona says it's only illegal if you get caught. Yeah, Greg, I'm not getting in any water at 55 degrees, sir.
Yeah, Zaxxon, we'll be taking the GMC, not the Jeep.
Come on.
No.
Five Mile says it's a 17-hour drive.
Yeah. I told her we'd drive probably halfway or so and stop, and then the rest of the way and do the same coming home.
Absolutely, Brooklyn chick. Yeah, and it's funny, Beard. That's about right. What Ed or 5 Mile saying is 17 hours. Since my sister's in northern Missouri, 3-4 hours north of you guys, it takes me 20 to 21 hours to get to my sister's. So, oh, nice, Chappie, very nice. The only problem is that that new Toyota truck I have. Well, new to me, it's not new. Considering it's a V6 and a it's I don't want to say it's a 3/4 ton, but it's one of the Tundras that sits up high. It doesn't give great gas mileage. My little Ford Ranger, I could zip up to Missouri without too much of a gas bill, but the Tacoma is going to cost me a little bit in gas. Greg says we have detected St. Augustine north of the city. There you go. There you go, Diana. Well, guys, let me run a members race real quick. We're going to do a big foreign silver coin for our members race. So let me get that fired up.
My old truck on trips, I would get around 24 miles to the gallon. This newer one, I get about 22 and a half, 23 on the trip, which is pretty good for a half-ton four-wheel drive four-door pickup.
No, not bad at all. Alrighty, guys, this is for my members race. This is everybody that was from last weekend that got put in as a courtesy member from somebody else gifting it. 138 members. Thank you all so much for becoming a member, a MENARDO Maniac. This is going to be for a big foreign silver coin. Oh, and I got an announcement after the race. 3, 2, 1, and go.
Have a good day, Scott. I don't know how those planes don't run into each other.
Yep, guys, just remind me to do an announcement as soon as this race is over.
Mona said, I'd love to get McClurried.
Come on, Mona. You can do it. Well, Denise gave me an Excedrin before the stream, and it hasn't done a damn thing.
Yeah, we thought about that, Larry, just flying out there.
The drive's half the fun, James.
Well, we should be wanting to stop at every park on the way to detect.
Oh, Risha, pick me up. I'm with you, girl. I'm with you. If I did that with Denise, she'd be like sitting there like, we're never going to get there. Denise just wants to fly there, Risha, and be there and start enjoying her time there. All right, here comes Doug Harding. Alrighty, guys, I don't think we've ever had Doug Harding in the screen. He must be one of the gifted memberships. So, we've got Doug Harding, Mark the Senile Detective, David Dan Duran, Wildman Digging, Ernie, Carrie Holderwood, and Tom Kingery. So, guys, we know Tom Kingery's here. Carrie, if you're here, or Doug or Mark or David, anybody in front of that, please speak up. Let's get the timer going.
Tom Kingery is here. Larry said if they go that far, they fly.
Yeah.
But it would be fun to take a couple of days to go down there or so and stop and detect. But we want to meet up with you, and hopefully we can meet up with Charlie while we're down there. And
well, you guys, if you're coming down straight down from Missouri, you got to pretty much go right by Charlie's in the Panhandle. All right, so we know Tom's here. Bill, has anybody else in front of Tom said anything?
I haven't seen anybody.
Okay, so we got Doug, Mark the Senile, David Dan Duran, Wildman Digging, Ernie, or Carrie. We got 30 seconds left.
Mark.
Oh, Mark the Senile Detectorist. Okay, he's here.
Yep.
Sorry, Tom K. Jim says my arms are getting tired from flapping. Yep, got Mark. We got Mark.
So now we need Doug.
That's it. Just Doug's on top of Mark, and I've never seen Doug here before. He must be a gifted one. Mark did come in time. He had like 10 seconds. So, boom, there we go. It is Mark the Senile Detectorist.
Congrats, Mark.
Congrats, Mark. I'll be sending you out big silver.
But yeah, we'll try to stop and maybe detect with Charlie one day and then come on down there. And
well, I will tell you this, James, that where him and Brad, Alpha Ninja, took me to that they call it the Quiet Water Beach. And it's on the bay side to where it doesn't have any of the waves. So it's like a lake. It's just flat. And they helped me into the water. It was Shane, Brad, me, and Charlie, and the guys carried my gear and helped me walk down with my sand scoop with my hip. And the same thing, as soon as I got like chest deep in the water. And not only did we have a great day, us four guys, but we got 5 rings and a bracelet. Brad got 2 rings and a bracelet, and Shane, Charlie, and I each all got a ring. It was a great afternoon detecting. And Grandma Kelly says I slept through the whole show. Oh no! But thank you, Mark. So Grandma K is back. And hold on, guys. I got another text coming in.
you had an announcement after the race.
Yes. Let me hang on. Okay. Before I look this up, announcement. I am starting a members giveaway later today. I'm going to post a video for members giveaway, guys. I have always said on this channel, and I will continue to say, I will never solicit for unsolicited money. I will just never ask you folks for money. But if you want to become a member for 99 cents, you do have the opportunities to win silver like this race. And we do members giveaways, and we do stickers, and there's all kind of cool little benefits. And we also do videos early. So we are starting a members giveaway later today for a nice big chunk of foreign silver. And that's going to start later today. And then next week, when that one's over, we're going to do another guess the amount of coins in the jar contest for everybody, whether you're a member, subscriber, visitor, viewer, whatever you are. We're going to have another giveaway next week with 2 winners. And so that'll be coming next week. So we got 2 giveaways coming, one starting later today. So there you go, guys. We're giving more stuff away. Yep, Mike Lyman, Mallyman24 sent me a picture of gold at $40,035. Yep, guys.
Wow.
Most everybody thinks it's going to hit 5,000. Boom, Brockton Magna Fisher. Thank you so much, sir. Boom.
Thank you, Brockton. Thank you, Mona.
Thank you, Mona. Thank you, Brockton. You guys rock. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate you being a member, Mark. Scotty Aquati got his package this week.
You.
I'm about 99. Oh, boom. Thank you, Mark Thomas. Boom.
Great seeing you, Mona. Mona just gifted you 5.
Mona rocks. Mona's just such a fantastic member and subscriber.
And Mark, got you.
Boom, Brockton. Brockton just doesn't. Thank you, Brockton. He just doesn't know when to stop. Thank you very much, Sean. It's very kind of you. Sean rocks. So, yeah, we're going to do another little giveaway later today, probably when the football game's over, guys. I'll publish that today. And I've got a surprise. I've got a surprise video coming up. I'm hoping to get it done by the end of the week, guys. They're pretty popular videos. Sean is a great masshole. Yes, he is. Oh, Colonel H. Boom. Thank you so much, sir. CDG said, missed it by that much. Yes, you did, sir. Was he in that top group? Well, I'm not sure what he was talking about there, but. And guys, we'll go ahead and do 2 Monday Digs races next week. We'll do this week's and next week's next week. I was up till 3 o'clock getting the 138 names typed in. Well, thank you, Colonel. Ron Pierce, good morning this morning.
Risha and I will probably not make it in to the lives next weekend.
Oh, no. It sounds like you guys are going to be traveling on the road next week.
We'll be at the gold camp, and Brian says there's absolutely no signal down there. So, but I'm hoping to get a lot of footage. I want to film the gold camp itself, us panning for some gold, and I want to film some of the Masters of Metal. I do encourage anybody, if you detect, if you don't detect, if they're having an event in your area, you don't have to join the event. Just go hang out. You'll meet a lot of awesome people there. We've met so many
It's okay.
cool people, nice people. And
Miss Leanne, great seeing you. It's been a while, ma'am. Great. Thanks for popping in this morning.
Hi, Leanne.
Mona said I need to go live on the road.
Oh,
There you go. Do a traveling video.
yeah.
I might do that if I can.
Miss Risha can film while she's sitting there with her feet up on the dash.
Yep.
Risha's going to be asleep.
For some moment.
Adam and Wendy from Indiana Unearthed told us one day we'd have to get together. We could come up there and detect with them. And it's about 8 hours. And she's like, that's nothing. I said, no, because you're going to sleep 7.5 of it. Just like when we, I will, Ed. Ed told me to give you a hug for him.
Oh, okay.
But we're probably
Yeah,
going to.
I got to admit with Risha, there was the one time I was coming back from Missouri and I didn't have any schedule for having to be back. And I stopped. I found an old school and I think it was South Carolina or Tennessee or someplace. I was coming back from Maryland. I hit the school grounds, got a buffalo there. And then in Georgia, I found some old tot lot that looked like it had the old, the old metal equipment with the old swing set and monkey bars, like way back in the 50s. I hit there and got some jewelry and some coins. Yeah, like she said, I stopped at every tot lot and park I saw off the road.
Yeah, she's
I love doing that.
constantly looking when we go somewhere. Hey, we could detect there. I
Yeah.
said, do you want to get where we're going or not?
Mark Thomas for PAPAROUS haircut. Yeah, Ed, I love to travel, and I haven't done it. Well, of course, I haven't done anything this year. Diana says I love to travel, but I have a car right now. Do you know if that dark red gem you found is still sitting on the workbench right next to the grinder? Could you see if it's sitting right there? I think it's right there next to the grinder. That ruby thing you found in the ground.
You
We're going to
two-
see if we can find it, guys. That's the whole trick around here. J. Paul, thanks for being here this morning.
Larry
Go for
said
Bill.
you and
Thank you.
Cindy
Take
never
care.
travel together, so I'm assuming he sleeps too.
Yeah, me and Risha would probably take 5 days to get from Missouri to Florida. We'd be stopping so many times.
Yeah.
Darren, thank you very much, sir. Enjoy your time at church. Thanks
he's
for hanging with us.
Stopping to detect.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
But I'm with you, Risha. By the time I made it 50 miles north in Florida, I'd already stopped at 2 parks on my way out of Florida. Oh, CDG wants to know what's on my shirt.
Yeah.
This is my I don't always dig curb strips, but when I do, I dial 811.
That's cool.
This was when I got stopped by the cops, guys. And I was doing a curb strip in the little city of Tarpon, right just south of us here, that's very friendly towards metal detecting. And I was doing a curb strip in front of a lady's house, and I had on my bright orange shirts that I got for metal detecting, but it was just a plain orange shirt. And a lady came out. She said, "Can I help you?" I said, "No, ma'am. I'm just metal detecting the curb strip here. It's public issue." She said, "Are you with the city?" And I said, "No, ma'am. I just do this as a hobby." And she said, "Okay." And she was real friendly about it. And I went on detecting, and then I felt a car coming up behind my back. Couldn't find it. Okay. And I kind of stopped, and this guy yelled out a name that wasn't my name. And as I turned around, there's a SUV cruiser with the guy that turns out to be a major in it. And I turned around, and he goes, "Oh, I thought you were my buddy I knew." And I go, "Nope, don't know you." And he says, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I'm metal detecting curb strip, public property." And then the next thing you know, 3 more cruisers pulled up with 5 cops around me. And everything was going fine. And then this Ford pickup comes flying down the road, and he parks at the end of the cruisers, and he jumps into the house. And then he comes out of the house, and he starts talking with the major and 2 of the other officers. And he was pretty pissed. And it turns out that it was the lady's son. And she had called him and said there was a guy in the front yard. And of course, he comes flying home and calls the cops. And the cops went to him and said, "Hey, we have a city, he's allowed to metal detect and he can do the curb strips. It's public property." And he says, "No, it's not, because he didn't call 811 to get permission to dig first." So the cops looked it up on the statute book, and you have to call 811 technically before you dig any public easement in the state of Florida. So the cop came up to me and said, "Did you call 811? I said, "No." He said, "Why not?" I said, "Because I only go down 2 inches." And he says, "Well, the law doesn't say anything about that." And I said, "That law is bullshit. It's an administrative. It's not a criminal law. It's an administrative law for a company that's doing excavating. They have to call, because if they hit something, they're then legally responsible if they don't call. If they call first and it gets marked," and he says, "Well, I'm sorry that the homeowner's being very adamant about you can't do this until you." I said, "Okay, that's fine. Absolutely." So they left. I sat in my truck. I picked up my phone. I dialed 811, and she says, "Can I have the address you're calling for?" I looked up the lady's address, gave them the address. I said, "I'm going to be doing this whole city block." And they said, "Okay, we'll send you an email within 48 hours. And 48 hours, I later had an email with all the stuff marked. They told me I was good to go. I printed out the email, took it right back, and went back and did her curb strip with my permission slip in hand, and never had another problem on that street.
Larry
So-
said Jill hates riding with me because I'm always looking for old structures.
Yep.
Oh, always. When Troy and I are driving somewhere, and Troy does this with his wife in the motorhome, they're like, Troy passes some old town. He's like, "Oh, I don't want to go here. Let's stop here. Let's get this house here. That looks old." And thank you, Mona. That's a good video, Mona, actually. But yeah, and I've gone back to that city a dozen times. I've never had a problem on another street. And if I do, I'll just call 811 again. It's a very easy process. They ask you how deep you're going to go. They ask what you're looking for, and I go, wheat pennies. They go, excuse me? Yeah, I'm a metal detectorist, but one of the neighbors complained, so I have to make a call. The lady on the phone actually laughed, and she says, we've never had a metal detectorist call to do a curb strip. There you go, Jan. Lucinda says, I'm old. Not as old as me, Lucinda.
Well, that's got worse for us when we're driving because we magnet fish also. So we're also looking for bridges to magnet fish off of and places to metal detect. So it might take us a week to get to Florida. I don't know.
Well, I'm still looking for a good place to magnet fish down here. I tried it once last year. Well, actually the year before, in late 2024, before my hip went bad. I went magnet fished a place that I used to go fishing when I was a little kid 40 years ago, 50 years ago. And I'm like, I know I dropped fishing pliers there. So other people have got to drop stuff off this pier and this bridge. And I stood out there for an hour and threw that thing like 22 times. And I didn't even get a bobby pin. My magnet came back perfectly clean after 22 throws. And I was like, I'm not doing something right here.
Wow.
Diana says, do not magnet fish in South Carolina. Good morning, Jared. There you go, Colleen. You just have to explain it to these people. I'm sorry, but the lake is public property. The town owns the lake. Absolutely. Is there a disease for this addiction? Nope. There's no cure for this addiction. That's for sure.
Nope, it just gets worse.
Oh, Sheldon, I've already lost 2 magnets, sir, and one of them isn't even mine. I know I told that story before, James. I went magnet fishing down to this boat ramp and like breaking the lost boats and kayaks. And apparently there's a lot of oyster shells and everything. So I got my magnet hung up. Or no, I'm sorry. I was standing on the little pier and a small boat came in, and this really, really attractive young lady in a bikini got out and started walking by me just as I threw my magnet. And I was so concentrating on her sashaying by that I didn't hold the end of my rope, and the magnet just flew, and the rope just came out of my hands and went right with the magnet. And I heard that big plop in the water, and there I was standing there holding nothing, and there went my rope, and the magnet just sank. So my young teenage neighbor had a magnet, so I went and got his magnet and tried to find my magnet, and I got his hung up in the oysters, and I wound up losing his magnet too. And then I came back with a fishing rod that I put 6 hooks on and tried to do that, and then the hooks got snagged, and I had to cut the line on that. So there's 2 magnets sitting off the boat dock at Tarpon Springs. Never recovered either one of them. How do you cook the magnet when you catch one?
We've never lost one so far, knock on wood, but I have had to dive and get them loose. And Grandma Kelly does that too. If she gets hung up, she'll dive off in the water to get it loose.
I'll tell you, I watched that video with Brockton where he got that hung up on the superstructure of that bridge, and all I kept thinking was, Brockton, get on, grab some one of those boats down there and pull it down from the boat side. But he finally, I think on the 3rd video he went back, he was finally able to get that magnet off that bridge. I can't remember how he did it, but he was finally able to free his magnet up.
Yeah. There's one we magnet fish, and we did lose a claw there. I couldn't get loose, but we have seen ropes tied off where people have got their magnets stuck and lost, but there's big rocks on each edge of the bridge. I don't throw there because I know those rocks are there. And at that bridge, you are not allowed to get in the water, period.
Lucinda, that's probably a really good idea. I'm not even going to tell you what I bought. When I went scuba diving one time, I borrowed my supervisor, I borrowed my sergeant's spear gun. And he said, just whatever you do, don't lose my spear gun. And yep, we were heading up. We were getting back on the boat, and I went to hand it to my buddy, and the 2 of us lost grip on it, and that spear gun went sinking right down to the bottom of the Gulf of Mexico. And that was the last we ever saw of the spear gun. Yeah, absolutely, Brockton. Yep, Jared lost his claw too, but he wound up getting it back. Yeah, Ringo, I would probably venture out on foot to go at low tide to see if I could find those magnets. Nice, Ficus. Ah, he used an adjustable paint pole with a hook to get that magnet back. Well, you did a great job, Brockton. You put a lot of damn work to get that magnet back, buddy.
Yep. We've had some I didn't think I was going to get back. When we had our event in Wisconsin, I got mine stuck and I couldn't budge it. And Bucky said, well, here, let me help you pull on it. We pulled on it and the piece of metal actually broke. And it was a big piece of metal. Broke off and he went flying backwards and almost fell into traffic. I'm like, well, let's not do that no more. Yeah. Nick says 11:22 and 22 minutes.
Well, Nick, sorry to disappoint you, Nick, but we're going to wrap this up a little early tonight, so we're not going to be here at 11:22. Venture Delow rescued my claw this summer when I lost it. Nice. That guy is the hardest working magnet fisher. I'm telling you, they pull so many scooters and bikes, and I hope when that junk guy picks up all his metal, I hope he makes some good money on that stuff. There you go, 5 Mile. I want to thank everybody for being here this morning.
I appreciate you having me up and letting me talk about.
You know what's funny, James? I couldn't remember what piece that was, but I knew it was something special. And then as soon as you put that point up, I remembered that. I'm like, that thing's just flipping incredible.
Yeah, every year we've went to Wisconsin has been better than the year before, and I just don't believe I can make enough trips to beat that.
So now I asked you how far the Oklahoma trip was. How far was Wisconsin from you guys?
It's almost 700 miles.
So were you able to do it in one day?
Yeah.
Okay, because that's a hell of a long day driving.
Yeah.
We got about a 10.5-hour trip to Alabama. I don't know what time we're going to leave. I know we're going to leave by at least 3 in the morning, but I may take off at midnight. I don't know. Hey, Brian, Silver Assassin.
See, it doesn't matter to Risha because she's going to be asleep anyway, James. So
I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, she's going to be asleep, so she doesn't care.
Heck yeah.
I heard her say, heck yeah. Thank you, Wayne. Thank you, Tom Kingery. He says Merlin is live today, guys. So I appreciate everybody jumps over there and gives them a Rob and Bill raid.
I can sleep
Nick says I'm off to go shopping. I need food in the house. There you go, Nick.
Yeah, Risha can sleep anywhere. We've been to auctions before and she's fell asleep. So we bought a tent and an air mattress because that's a lot cheaper than a hotel down there because of the rates. I think they said a lot of the hotels have like tripled or quadrupled in price. So we're going to camp for about $200 with everything we bought. And she put the air mattress up to make sure it worked. She said, I don't know if I can sleep on this. I said, you can sleep on anything. She said,
you can sleep on rocks, girl, okay? Now my camping days in a tent are probably over due to my back and hip. I would probably try an air mattress. I've never tried one. But when we go up to Bowling Green for the NHRA races, we stay at a KOA. And so that's pretty nice. We've done that for 20 years now, stay at the KOA. But I got to admit, when we do the trips, like I say, I got the hotel room with Kimberly the one year. I got the hotel room with Troy the one year. And Troy and I have done a couple out-of-state trips up to Georgia where we got rooms. It is just, when you have two guys or a guy and a girl do detecting trip, it's just so much easier sharing your expenses as opposed to doing a solo trip. I mean, literally it just cuts your expenses in half.
Yeah. Brooklyn chick said, can we all go with y'all? Heck yeah. That'd be awesome if everybody in here could all get together and just hang out, have a bonfire, and enjoy each other's company and conversation.
Phil, thank you very much. Bill Broski says, going RV shopping. Good for you, Bill. Well, listen, looks like we're losing a few people today, so let's get everybody a chance to get a big silver Let me show this up here, guys. We have this stunning 1943 British sterling, florin, excuse me. This thing's the size of, it's bigger than a quarter, and I believe it's 80% silver, if not 925, but it almost looks like pirate treasure, guys. A
That's really
1943, excuse me, 43. Oh, it's an Australian florin. Boom, guys, Australian florin. That's the big silver we're going to be giving away today. Let me set the race up right now. Chappie, thank you.
Really cool coin.
Oh, my one place has got some great silvers. Just want to make sure a couple people are in here.
Yeah, Jeremy, I am pretty well centered. We got 75 acres here. There's plenty of room for everybody to camp.
Yeah, Frankie says lots of bikes here in South Carolina. I'm telling you. Yeah. Yeah, Zach, so we don't want to do that this morning. I would be here late. All right, let's make sure we got Ron in there. Yep, Ron's in there. I know we got CDG in there. Yes, we do. All righty, guys. I believe we got everybody in there. Well, thank you, Lucinda. I appreciate Bill and James being here. All righty, guys. This is going to be the final race of the day for Big Foreign Silver. I've got everybody in the race. Shuffle characters once, shuffle characters twice, shuffle characters 3 times, and go.
Good luck, everybody. You're welcome, Brooklyn chick. We're all one giant family.
Absolutely. Whether you're magnet fishing or bottle dump digging or gold painting, it's all the treasure community.
Yep. And it's odd, you know, when you get a group of people together that's not really met, other than in here, it's like you've known each other your whole life.
Oh, Tom Kingery says Marlin's a Canadian Thanksgiving rerun today. Okay.
I see Mona up there.
At Rocky Mountain Brad, Miss Mona's in the middle. So, Mona, we can at least see you this time, Mona. Johnny Smallpepper's up there with PA. Little Penny Coins. She hasn't won in a while. Dan Smoking Treasure was up there. Here comes Florida Sand Hunters. They've only won once. Rick Hayes in the middle. Amanda just chilling. Oh, Little Penny Coins is fading. Who's just coming up on the bottom? Nash Landings. Is Nash going to take it? Boom, Nash Landings.
Congratulations. I haven't seen them in there this morning.
All righty, guys. We got Nash Landings, Darren's Hobbies, Chuck Owens, and Yodi, and Lewis, and then Miss Tanya. So Nash, Darren, let's get the timer going. This is for Big Foreign Silver, guys.
Luis is here.
All right, who do we got here?
We got Luis in here.
Oh, Lewis is here. Okay. Do it, Frankie. You're going to try and do some gold painting. Do it, Frankie.
We're looking for Nash Landings, Darren's Hobbies, Chuck Owens, or Yodi.
Morning, Brad. Yep, Lewis says, I'm here. So Chuck, Darren, Yodi, or Nash. Chuck Owens says, I'm here.
Yep, Chuck is here.
So we need Darren's or Nash Landings, and we've got 15 seconds.
Chuck,
Yep, we got Chuck. We'll do, Marty. All righty, boom. That's going to Chuck Owens. Congratulations, Chuck. All righty, Chuck, let me put my email up. There you go, sir. Mr. James, I want to thank you for being here this morning, sir.
We appreciate you having me up.
I'm going to go get some right after this stream.
Risha's in there cooking bacon and eggs right now.
Oh, Nash was driving. He couldn't get to his phone in time, guys. Sorry, buddy. Was he? All right, I will check that, guys. Let me see when Nash came in. Swamp Dog, good morning. Saying hi to T-Rep. Yeah, Chuck is here. I don't know if Nash made it in, guys. I will double check it, guys. But all righty, guys. And Marty, I will check that with Charlie for you. Mr. Bill, thank you as usual, sir. Your mic is not on, Bill. There you go. Nope, can't hear you, Bill. Bill's having technical difficulties.
Thanks, Larry. I will. Larry said bye.
Bye.
yeah, I was preoccupied, Rob. Sorry.
No worries. We got you. All righty, guys. Well, I want to thank both Bill and James for being here, and I appreciate everybody. So if you guys are not doing anything, check out Mr. Marlin, and I believe Silver Paws is later this afternoon.
Hey,
and I believe
Tomcat
somebody else
Josh.
is later on this afternoon.
Tomcat
Nope.
Josh just gifted 5 memberships.
Boom, Tomcat Josh. Thank you so much. Very kind of you. Appreciate it. Thank you, Brewers. Mr. Tully says later, everybody. All righty, guys. Thank you, Jim Steele. We're out of here. I want everybody to be good humans. Do good out there, everybody. Thanks, James. Thanks, Bill.
You're
Take
welcome.
care, everybody. Thanks for being here.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, Rick.